Hi, I'm Darlene.
I'm Gene.
We're the Roaming Retirees, and today we're going to be visiting the hotel that we stayed in Kyoto, Japan, called Sakura Terrace, the Gallery. We spent 4 nights there. It's near the Kyoto train station.
Yeah, it was only, what, a block away?
A block away.
Yeah, so that was really handy.
Yeah.
And convenient.
So what did you think about that hotel?
Actually, I think it was probably one of my favorite hotels on the whole trip.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was the most luxurious because we stayed in a couple of what they would call a little more luxurious hotels, but it was really comfortable. I mean, it had a nice living room space. It had a balcony. It was like a courtyard design, so it was kind of outside. You had the indoor, outdoor.
Yeah, and kind of open air.
Yeah, so
that they had going there. They had fire pits, and they also, and when we were there, it was kind of cold. So.
And we did use the fire pits every night, pretty much.
Yeah, so they had the fire pit there, but they also gave you these blankets or whatever.
Yeah, blanket throws.
Comforter, or whatever you want to call it. Well, not a comforter.
A throw.
A throw, yeah. They had a lot of those around so you could use them, and it was just really comfortable.
Yeah. And I thought it was nice because they had a 24-hour coffee tea bar. So you had a nice little hot cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and you could go sit by the fire at any time, day or night, because it was a self-serve bar. But this hotel had a lot of features. It offered a lot of things. I think when we put our check boxes of things that we wanted for the hotel, laundry was a must, and it had a full service laundry room that was free. They didn't have coin operated machines, so I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then they had a separate, it was across the street, but it was still part of the hotel facility, and that was called the Gallery Lounge. And in the Gallery Lounge, we didn't take advantage of everything that was in there because they had his and hers baths, the Japanese bathhouses. And then they had like spas. They had, what are those called? Saunas in there.
Yeah.
And so we take advantage of that, not because we wouldn't, it was just we were like cut on time. We were touring all day, and then we'd come in at night and you'd kind of be tired. You'd either have dinner there at the hotel because they did have a full service restaurant as well. And when we booked our hotel, we actually got, we checked the box for include the breakfast. So I think it cost us about $20 per person for the breakfast buffet, but it was a very nice.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best breakfast that we had.
Yeah,
also on the same trip.
Had a really nice variety. They had the chefs right there preparing things right at the bar. So it was just a very, very nice experience for us. So we thought that we would take you on a little tour of the hotel. Some of the other things that it had a small gym, a very small gym. It had like, I guess I'm not really familiar with the equipment, but they had like 4 treadmills, and then they had like, you could come in and do sit-ups on, that bench that you could do sit-ups on and stuff like that.
Yeah, it didn't have weights. It's all kind of.
Yeah. It was just a very small little gym. And then every night at 5 o'clock, you got a free cocktail. And so that was nice too, to come in from a long day of being out sightseeing. Yeah. And you could walk right up to the bar and get your free cocktail. Or if you went into the restaurant, when you ordered a glass of wine or something with your dinner, they included that free cocktail.
Yeah.
So that was a really nice feature too. And I think when we checked in, we kind of didn't really wander around too much into the courtyard area, but I noticed there was like a small, it almost looked like a little library, and I really noticed that like about day 3. So there was like a little area where they had little couches and looked like books and stuff there.
Which didn't do us any good because we don't read Japanese.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it was all in Japanese. We didn't really go look at it.
We didn't really go in there.
But they had a nice, it was a nice setting. We just really enjoyed that hotel. They had live music every night. and you could sit out by the
Yeah,
fire
those-
pits and
Those
just
guitar
listen.
players were amazing.
Yeah, so
Really good.
so we just really enjoyed the setting of this hotel, and so we wanted to share our experience with you, and we do recommend it, but you know, I'm not going to rate it or anything. We just enjoyed it, and we just wanted to put it out there that this is a nice option if you're staying in Kyoto. It was literally a block, or maybe even less than a block,
Yeah.
from the station, right up the street next door. I mean, there was a 7-Eleven. There
Yeah.
was shopping everywhere, and the 7-Eleven had an exchange, so you could, you know, do cash exchange. And then there was restaurants all around. I mean, Kyoto Station itself has a huge mall, you know. I mean, so there was so much to do right there. You didn't have to really wander far. And it was quiet.
Yeah, and there were some major attractions that were within walking distance. We walked there.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, a couple times we walked there. So-
Because there was a temple that was like 1,500 years old that was just maybe 5 blocks, you know,
Yeah,
that we walked
so-
down to. So there was some historical points close by. So anyway, it's called the Sakura Terrace, the gallery. And do you have anything else you want to add?
Not really. Just like we said, it was a very comfortable, very nice hotel that had nice setting, and I'd really recommend it.
Yeah, and the rooms were appointed well, didn't you think? Like we had a
Yeah.
comfortable bed. I didn't think it was uncomfortable. We had, and I'm kind of fussy with my bed, so it was pretty good. And then like I said, there's like a little step down sunken living room area where you had your couch and a coffee table and television. So it was nice.
Yeah.
And the water pressure was good and the Wi-Fi was good. So it was just a nice room for us to stay in for that 4 nights. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed the tour, and we will be back with another video at a later date.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, we just got to our room. We've dropped our stuff. This is the Sakura Terrace gallery. We have a little balcony here, which is nice. Hi, Jean. Yep. And this is our little bathroom. So, this is home for the next 4 days. So this is the lounge in our hotel. Okay, so we found some in our lounge area. There's massage chairs. So we're getting massaged while our laundry's running. This is the gym. Small gym, but hey, if you want to come walk on the treadmill. This is the laundry room. We're running our clothes right now, so we've got both machines going. So we're at our hotel, and we have this nice little environment in the evening. There's Jean. They gave us a complimentary wine every night, a glass of wine. So this is our complimentary wine night. And then there's the little restaurant right there. We're trying to decide if we want to go there or go someplace else. So anyway, that's what's happening here. gonna go in the restaurant and eat in a little bit. Here's Jean just enjoying the music.